So you want to learn how to make a bouquet for whether it be prom or a wedding or any other event, and you don't want to pay the huge prices. So today's going to be a little bit different, guys. I'm just literally sharing with you what I have done for the past 3 years. I actually purchased a flower for a homecoming. It was like a, you know, the arm one, and I paid $80 for it, and it was the saddest set of flowers ever. And since then, my friends and I, like as our kids are like having prom and this and that, and I have 2 kids, I've been through this multiple times, and this is what I do. So we are still spending money. The flowers are still expensive, but it is about half the cost, maybe about 40% of the cost. And it candidly, it's pretty. You get to make it how you want it and how the girl wants it. I have 2 boys, and so I've even made boutonnieres as well. I don't see any point in the mom's family having, or the girl's family having to spend any money on a boutonniere when I have all the extra florals. So number 1, go to your local flower wholesale company. Now this is not cheap. They're not cheap, but they're cheaper than going to your florist and getting them. And so that's where you're going to get your specialty items. So like those really pretty elements that are not common. So grab those there and then pop over to your favorite grocery store. Yeah, you heard me right. My grocery store has bundles of flowers for $4. And you might not have a Publix, and this is not a sponsored video, but you might not have a Publix in your area, but you probably have a grocery store that's doing the similar thing. So they're selling the florals really cheap. It's just a way to like get you in the store. Publix has bundles of flowers for $4 each and 3 for $12. And I do it all the time for florals in my kitchen, but this is perfect for prom and for making the arm bracelets for homecoming and all those kinds of things. Or if you're just doing a DIY wedding and you want to be able to have beautiful flowers, but you don't have the budget to go to a florist and get all of these things. Plus, candidly, guys, it's fun. It's enjoyable. You can get together with your girlfriends and do that. Okay, so let's go over the other items. So once you have the flowers, you're going to want some rubber bands. You're going to want maybe some floral wire, a good pair of scissors that are clean. You don't want, especially if you make the bouquets a day in advance and put them in the fridge, you don't want to contaminate the floral in any way. So a good clean pair of scissors, sharp ones. And then you may also want some floral tape, ribbon. They're not very much. Hop over to your favorite craft store. I got all of mine from Hobby Lobby for less than like $7. And then keep it from year to year so that you have it. Like I haven't bought these things since the first year that I purchased them. Okay, so now that we're home with our flowers, I actually got these from Publix. They're so fun. How creative are these going to be coming off the bottom of her bouquet? And I'll be honest with you guys, I can't see without my glasses. And it doesn't actually tell me what it is, but you know what? It's cute. So we're gonna use these, but you want to get them, you wanna cut them out of their plastic. I don't suggest that you like try to pull them through. I would just take a pair of scissors and cut them all the way up and lay them open. So we wanna get all of our flowers together, and then once we have them kind of laid out before us, what we wanna do at that point is we want to start bundling them. So we're going to start making this floral arrangement from the inside out. And with each little bundle as you go, you can put rubber bands around them to hold them into place and to secure them. And so you're starting in the middle with the florals, and then you're adding. Big bonus tip here, guys, do not cut your stems off short until you have already gotten the whole thing together, and then you can go back and trim, because what you don't want to happen is you don't want to trim it too much and then it won't stick down into the rubber bands, and so things start falling apart. Now, candidly, guys, they're going to hold these for about the 30 minutes that you are taking pictures of them, and then they're going to set them aside, or they're even going to give them back to their mom to like take home and put in the fridge. So this is not something that you have to be like uber careful about. It's not like a wedding day where they're going to, you know, have to pick them back up after and take more pictures and all that kind of thing, maybe dance with them. If you are doing a wedding, make sure definitely that you're careful about this, but just leave your stems long, and then we will cut those off at the end. $6. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, that's 12 roses for $6, guys. You cannot beat that. Okay, so this is a hydrangea. Got more hydrangea. This is super fun. Look how cool is that? So I think that'll be pretty. And then last but not least. Okay, so now that I have everything unpackaged, I want to start by cutting off some of the excess leaves. Now, I like to go less is more route, and so I'll take off a few, see how it works, and then, because remember I'm putting greenery around at the end, but I'm going to start with the center flowers, and then I just sort of pull them together, look at them, pull them apart, and I decided to go with these multicolored roses instead of the just solid red roses. Her dress is a red, but it's really hard to match, so I'm going to go with that multiple colors. And so then I've just started bundling them and putting rubber bands around the base to hold them together, and just kind of filling them in, and struggling a little bit here with this, but I'm going to put it on the outside, sort of see what that looks like. And I'm just going to keep adding and adding in layers and finishing out at the very end. Make this cleaner. And so now I'm just trimming off some of the stems because they're getting in the way, but I'm not trimming them all the way off. I'm actually going to trim them more at the end, but I needed to be able to get the rubber bands around these longer stems. And candidly, guys, there are huge thorns on these roses. And so I definitely want to make sure I snip those off so they don't cut her hand. But I'm going to get the rubber bands on and just continue to bundle and pull things together. Okay, so I think I got it. I may do a little bit more to it, but basically I just layered, and I know it looks like a hot mess right here, but we're going to cover all that with ribbon, and it's going to be good. The key is having a ton of different varieties, in my opinion. At this point, I did add a little bit of floral wire and some floral tape to cover it up, and then I'll cover that whole thing with white ribbon. I have tons of extra florals, but that's just because I never know quite what I want to do. But this is where we came out. Okay, I know that was quick, but I just wanted to share this with you guys. I'm all about saving a little bit of money, and candidly, just because you have a little bit of money doesn't mean you need to spend it, right? So even for those of you who are like, you know what, I'm just gonna pay a florist, I'm gonna pay double, I caution, like, seriously, think about it, guys. This economy is nuts. And that little bit of money that you saved on these florals, you can sock that away for something else. You can do something else great with that. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one.